I'm the president of Cameroonians here residing in Bahrain. So basically,
Hi guys, you're welcome back into Nessa's Fantasy. In today's video, I'm with the president of CAMBAH. I want to thank you for honoring my invitation, coming here to meet me. I know it's not easy for you to create time and all the wahalas we'll be seeing online, and I really appreciate your time here.
thank you for the invitation.
So, can you do a little introduction about yourself?
All right, my name is Ade Norbert. I'm the president of Cameroonians here residing in Bahrain. So basically, that's my position as far as the Cameroonian community is concerned. I'm also a certified health and safety professional. That's my occupation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So I have a couple of questions to ask you, so this can clear the air for a lot of people. The first question is, what is CAMBAH all about?
I would say CAMBAH, the acronym CAMBAH is Cameroonians in Bahrain.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would like to also shed more light on CAMBAH as a name goes.
Okay.
It's a group of Cameroonians that come together to associate and to look after each other needs.
Okay.
So most often people feel like all Cameroonians in Bahrain are CAMBAH members. You know, CAMBAH exists with a constitution.
Okay.
And for you to be a CAMBAH member, you must be a registered member.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a group of Cameroonians who have decided to identify as CAMBAH members,
Okay.
and those who have decided not to identify, but who are Cameroonians.
Okay.
So our focus are basically on those who have decided to identify, but it doesn't necessarily mean that when those who are not registered members have one or two issues, we can always intervene, but it's limited.
Yeah.
Unlike those who have decided to identify with CAMBAH, pay their dues, which is the registration that to belong to the CAMBAH body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for this answer and very brief one. I'm really, really happy. So the second question I'm going to ask you is, what are the difficulties you face as being the president of CAMBAH?
All right. One major difficulty which I face or my administration faces is to unite Cameroonians. You know, unity is something which is sometimes a little bit difficult, and people don't understand the objectives of CAMBAH.
Okay.
Yeah, some have drawn some conclusions without necessarily coming to associate with the association, to understand what it functions, what are the objectives.
Yeah.
So really bringing people together is an issue. How people come together because we meet once a month is a problem also. I understand that there are a few people or individuals whose jobs will not permit them to show up.
Yeah.
But we also expect such people to at least, if it means coming at least once in 3 months or in 2 months, at least just to identify also, it's very welcoming. But I would say that is a major challenge which we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know there are always challenges here and there, but as the president, I believe you're handling it in your own best way.
Yeah, we try as much as possible to overcome this difficulty by trying to organize activities that bring Cameroonians together.
Okay.
As you are very much aware of, recently we organized a cultural jamboree where we saw different cultural groups from Cameroon here residing in Bahrain. They came together and we saw over 400 Cameroonians coming together in that occasion.
Okay.
So that's where we get to meet each other through these activities, and we also took into consideration members residing in the kingdom, avenues where they could come and relax through sporting activities. So there was also a sporting festival that saw different Cameroonians who came together to play football. We have kids that came together to participate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So, there has been so many issues regarding passports, and people have been saying CAMBAH have taken money from people, taking pictures and fingerprints of people, and yet they haven't brought the passports. So what can you say about this? Did CAMBAH actually collect any money from people to make their passports?
Let me say that's a big no. It is illegal and that's fraud.
Okay.
Yeah, we could have individuals out there who are doing some underground works by going to collect money from people. But CAMBAH as a body, me sitting here as a head of that CAMBAH, I don't know of anything like that, and we haven't done anything like that. There's a lot of misinformation out there about the passport issue, and if you may permit, I will throw more light on this passport issue. A lot of people are calling CAMBAH out on the passport issue. They have every right to do that. Because we are acting on the high instruction from the embassy in Saudi Arabia that happens to cover Bahrain. They have almost 4 countries that they deal with. So they reach out to us. The embassy recognizes CAMBAH in Bahrain because with any administrative setup, there should be a way that you deal with people, and they reach out to us to say, okay, for us to do anything in Bahrain for the Cameroonian community, they have to pass through us so that we coordinate. So what we did was, they said, try to get people to register, and then you send us the statistics. And that's exactly what we did. We put together the statistics, and they said when we have 50 members, we could come over. And then the number went up to 150 to 200. Now it's going above 200. And what we understand is that what they told us, they have some technical issues because also they have a bulk of work. They are covering Saudi, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar,
even UAE.
No, UAE has its own consulate. But UAE does. We don't fall under the jurisdiction of UAE. So now those are the excuses. I will not say excuses. Those are the points which they advance, and they ask us to, tell Cameroonians to be patient. At the same time, trying to advise Cameroonians who can have different means to do the passport to proceed. And what we've been doing all this while was to make sure that we sensitize the community. Now, people may not get to understand what is happening because they don't belong, they don't identify with CAMBAH. Those are the group of people I'm talking about. But those who identify with CAMBAH and have paid the registration, they belong to a group where we update them, and sometimes we update also in the public platform. We have people who forward these messages out. On our Facebook, sometimes we put some of these messages. But unfortunately, a group of people don't get to understand exactly what is happening.
So please, anybody who has been seeing that CAMBAH has taken money from them to do, I need proof. You can come in my comment section, send me a screenshot of the money they have collected from you, because CAMBAH president is here and he's saying he hasn't collected a dime from anybody to make passports. Moving forward, sir, I have another question. So people, we have been having questions about the pass. They had to go back to Cameroon, and I saw a video circulating online that was saying that CAMBAH has taken additional money to get their pass from Saudi. So what can you say about this?
No, it's laughable because one thing I've always said is we have some Cameroonians who don't do the research, they didn't read. If a video is circulating like that, they should also understand that prior to now, there was a decree that was signed by the president of Cameroon.
I saw it.
Stating how much a pass will cost. And if we look at that price and take it to BD, to Bahrain, around 52 BD, roughly that amount. Okay. Now, once you send those documents to Saudi, what is the DHF fee? Some people come to complain. We say, okay, bring the 52 BD and forward it, and then once they send the documents, you go and pay the DHF fee and collect your documents. So it's so surprising that people say the administration or CAMBAH is extorting money. Meanwhile, there's information out there about the price which is very public. Very public. But unfortunately, because they don't read or they don't do the research, they are forced to say what they say.
They're forced to say what they don't know. So, sorry sir, I have a lot of questions for you today. So another question is that is there a WhatsApp group that is only made for passports? Like only for passports? Because according to what I got online, there's a WhatsApp group only for passports, and before you get into that WhatsApp group, you need to pay to BD.
Again, it still boils down to what I was saying about people just making up story, and then some individuals picking it up and then trying to push it out there. There is no group under my administration that I know of that is for passport group. When I took over in January, this is the 7th month, so I've just been in office for the last 7 months. So I'll always talk about my administration. There's no group as passport group. When I took over, I discovered that there are some pressing needs that Cameroonians need. CAMBAH members. See, I always try to limit this to CAMBAH members because some of the misinformation and issues are coming from people
Who are not in
who
CAMBAH.
are not in CAMBAH, who have made the conscious decision, which we respect, not to associate with us. But we have the same people who are rushing for us to get some services. Sometimes we just do it. But under normal circumstances, we could still say, no, we are limited to just to deal with Cameroonians who have decided, because there is a constitution that binds those who have decided to come together. And if you are not part of that association, and then it's difficult to deal with us. But as people who understand the difficulties of Cameroonians, we have always extended that helping hand even for those who have not decided to be part of CAMBAH. So basically, that's how it works. And now, when I took over now, we understand that the passport issue was a priority. We have a lot of Cameroonians who have employment issues with their bosses, with their sponsors and stuff like that. So what I did was I created a commission for passport and a commission for case management. So the commission for passport is made up of 4 individuals plus myself, 5. That's the only WhatsApp group that exists that we discuss issues, passport issues, any messages coming from the embassy. We try to diagnose before we release out any information to the public. So any group existing out of that, it's a scam, which we don't know about it.
So I hope this is clear. There is no WhatsApp group that is mainly for passports and you need to pay money before getting in there. There is no WhatsApp group. The president is there, he has said it, and I hope he has cleared the air for you watching there. And then this is another question, sir. I understand that you are the president of CAMBAH and you have direct communication with the people of Saudi, that's the Cameroon embassy in Saudi Arabia. Can you tell us what are your thoughts? Why have they not come yet?
Alright, I think I've touched this question earlier. This is it. They've advanced certain points why they've not been able to come by up to this moment. They had issues with their machine, as I said, and some other technical issues which they're trying to put in place. That's the first point. The second point is the bulk of work on them is overwhelming. So those are the points they've advanced, and we are still in communication. We understand the needs, we understand the difficulties, we understand that there are even Cameroonians who have lost their jobs because of the passport issue. And all this information reaching us will relate to them, and they are very much aware and they are working on it. And definitely we just hope that they listen to the cry and come over. People say we are responsible. We have just transmitted the data to them, the statistics and the concerns of all the Cameroonians. And somebody did ask a question. I said the decision to come lies in their hands. But it doesn't mean that we are quiet or we are mute about the whole thing. No, the communication is there. We keep pushing them, and hopefully they will come up.
Because I sent a couple of messages to the Saudi embassy, and their response was not the best. I had other people who actually sent them emails, and they haven't replied. So at that point, I came to understand that it's not only about the president of CAMBAH. This also have to do with the embassy. So we need to keep on pushing, keep on writing emails to show them that we are badly in need of the passport. Now, sir, I have the last question, which is how are you coping with critics online?
Sometimes I decide to turn a blind eye on, and sometimes people forward messages to me and push some of those videos to me about the criticism I'm forced to watch, and what I see sometimes is disheartening. For people who know me, I have built a reputation, I have built a career where I don't need to I have built a profile where I don't need to defend it that much for people who have been around me and who know who I am. And sometimes they come to accuse me of you've extorted money. I can't, especially at the level where I've been in the golf for 12 years now counting, and I have built a career for myself, I have built a life for myself. I've come a long way. So I can't go to take PT 1, 2, 3 billion to contaminate my income. I call that income contamination. So dealing with the criticism, sometimes I respond. Sometimes I just sit quiet, and then sometimes when I see some of these videos, I try to reach out. one thing also I discovered is that we don't love ourselves. Cameroonians don't love themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. There are a lot of videos out there criticizing my administration, criticizing CAMBAH. But shockingly or surprisingly, I will tell you, I expected that people who make those videos would have reached out for me or to me for some clarification before they can put some of those videos. I always see them. They are saying things about CAMBAH. The CAMBAH administration is there, and none of them have never been contacted for anything. So that makes me think like, are they out to bring down the community? And they are just people who don't want to see people come together. You know, I've even received calls or people saying I've heard some very bad things about CAMBAH, but such people have never come to CAMBAH, and those people have been influenced to come to CAMBAH. And a lot of people that we even try to help, like get their out pass, try to help, that they've come an issue. They are not even people who are in CAMBAH. And I've even had some of them that after helping them, they testify that what I heard from about CAMBAH with what you guys have done is different. So there are just people out there who are out to destroy the community. But then I still call on those who have decided to identify. I owe that responsibility first to those who have identified with CAMBAH.
Exactly.
So people calling me out who are not even CAMBAH members, I will ask you a question. For you to identify as a Cameroonian, what's the first thing? Is your ID card?
Yes.
So what identifies you as a CAMBAH member is your registration. So if you're not part of the association, I don't owe you that much responsibility as much as I owe somebody who has paid his dues and who has identified with CAMBAH. You know, so those criticisms don't even come from the members who identify; they come from non-members. So I say I pay less attention, even though sometimes it's a call for concern to just address some of these things, because I say when you tell lies repeatedly, sometimes it sticks and it becomes a trap. So I tried as much as possible. Like you gave me an invitation, I came over to discuss some of these things, and as time goes on, we'll try to address this issue and let the community see the need to come together and to get to understand the facts that exist. Because as a team, I think we would have even break boundaries if we were working as a team. But I discovered there's a divided community, and stuff like that. And we have individuals who are doing some stuff under the CAMBAH canopy, but who are not CAMBAH members. So I also want to caution the public to understand that they should be careful. If you don't get any information from me or from the administration with whom I'm working with, I'm
that information.
Yes, I'm taking. I'm working with very incredible guys who are out there sacrificing their time, doing things for the community. But what they receive in return is just these criticisms of not doing anything. What have they done and stuff like that. So that's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for clearing the air. And I'm really hoping that this will also clear the air of my audience, especially for those who have been talking. I want to see the CAMBAH president. I want to hear him talk. I want him to clarify. He has cleared the air. He has said everything that he needed to say. I have asked him all the questions, all your doubts. And if you still have more doubts, you can leave in the comment section. Once more, thank you so much, sir. And I'm really, really honored to have you here again.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, sir.